was quick. So after less than a year, right? After 10 years in development, Riot put out a news article today saying they are ending development for 2XKO by the end of this year. So 2026. Now, pretty shocking news if you're like an outsider, if you're like a Valorant player. But I think if you're locked in the FTC, you're paying attention, following along, the writing was kind of on the wall. You know, a few months ago, they put out those mass layoffs, which is never a good sign, especially not for a live service game. So they kept on like a skeleton crew of, you know, devs and testers and everything. But it looks like they only got a few months left before that all comes to an end. So yes, crazy. After 10 years, after 1 year, it's over. Now, I wanted to just talk a little bit, you know, the history leading up to it. I mentioned it before, but if, you know, you haven't been following along, when this game got announced 10 years ago, it didn't have a name. It was called like the Riot Fighter, and then it changed to like Project L, right? I made this video. Look, 5 years is crazy, man. Time flies. But it was treated as the savior of fighting games, right? The actual savior. Any issue, any problem that any fighting game had, this wasn't Riot, by the way. It was the fans, the community, Riot fans, other fighting game fans. Any issue, any complaint anybody had about fighting game, boom, it was up to Project L and Riot. They were going to come save us. So things are pretty wild, right? Things were pretty crazy back before the release date. And to be fair, it was pretty annoying. It was honestly very annoying. So I understand how the community built bad blood for their own title by trying to like put down every other game and put all hope on Project L. Like, it was too overhyped. They had too many like hopes and dreams resting on their shoulder when the team had never really made like a big scale fighting game like this. So unfortunately, things did not work out, right? That like, I don't have anything to say. There's tons of stuff that we don't know behind the scenes, right? Like, it seems weird. I don't like, there's rumors like, did Tencent even want this game? Were they forced to make it? Like, why are they shutting down after less than a year? In the article that Riot put out, they said like, you know, we set our goals of having good net play, like fixing ranked, like with the duo mode, doing a free to play stuff. They're like, we hit some of our goals, but to reach sustainability, they said even with like the Evo, the big tournaments and the new character stuff, they said they didn't even reach a fraction of the momentum needed to achieve sustainability. So they saw this game wasn't going anywhere to meet Riot's needs, Riot's demands, so they're scrapping it there. So to all the players, to all the fighting game, the 2XKO fans, the players, you can play something else, right? You have a million other games you can choose from. But for me, the cheering, you know, there's a lot of people saying like they're cheering it, they're getting very excited. You know, I think hating Riot's fine, whatever. You hate Riot, blah, blah, blah. But to me, as I mentioned before, the team was a lot of fighting game members. Not all fighting game people, but a lot of people like FTC or FTC adjacent, young developers. And the thing is, this is a dream job. If you really think about it, this is like a once in a lifetime career opportunity. We're never going to see a fighting game like this again. We'll never see a fighting game like this again. Anytime like some major company is like, you know what? Let's try and make a fighting game. Like, so I'm saying like a new IP, right? They're like, let's try and make a new fighting game. They're just gonna look to us and be like, nah, let's not do that. So, you know, all these FTC members got a once in a lifetime career opportunity, and it's getting like ripped out very shortly from them. And the way the market is right now, not just for like game dev, but just job market in general, you can't just hop to a new job. You're not like, okay, I got a year on my 2XKO resume, let me go hop on over to Avatar. Well, maybe Avatar. Maybe you can do Avatar. Let me go hop on over to Tokon or something. Oh, there's a new BlazBlue, a new Guilty Gear. Let me hop on and get a quick job right now. Job market is fierce. People are desperate. So I'm hoping. I heard Riot has a good severance package, but I'm hoping, I'm praying everybody can fall on their feet. So yes, please stop celebrating when your fellow community members are becoming unemployed and losing their jobs. It's a very serious thing, right? And the most important thing is this means nothing to Riot. So if you hate Riot, you hate Tencent, you're like, yeah, good. This will teach them, like, fuck them, yeah. 2XKO dying is good. That's gonna hurt them. They're worth like $600 billion. This is nothing. The top guys probably don't even know it exists. They probably even know this game exists. They have so much money, so many other things to care about. So this is doing nothing to Riot's bottom line. This is doing nothing to Tencent's bottom line at all. It's only hurting the devs, the people that invested their time, their careers, their energy, their passion into this project just to get it taken away. So it's sad. You hate to see it, but that's that. So yes, there is going to be no more future update. Right? This is the end of the line. I felt like since we've been covering it for 6 years, we got to give it its farewell video. The players, who knows, man? Maybe they'll put out like a community patch or community mod to keep it alive. Like we've seen games. I just talked about BlazBlue. We've seen games can survive if they're good, if the community actually cares enough about them without updates, right? People still play Third Strike. People still play Super Turbo. BlazBlue, we just got crazy shenanigans going on over here. So at this point, you have to say, Riot, goodbye, leave us alone. If you're a 2X player, a 2X fan, community member, and you really love your game, it's up to you, right? It's up to you now to keep it going. We never used to have this live service shenanigans back in my day. We just played games that we like. But yeah, that's it. Enough rambling. Rip in peace to XKO. To all the people that were affected, you know, I met some at Evo. I talked. I said, good luck. You know, I have friends that I know from not game dev, but from working in like streaming industry, still unemployed for years, 2 years. They can't find a job right now. Shit sucks. To all the people that I met at Evo that were still at Riot and are going to be out of a job in a couple months, I hope everybody can land on their feet. It's out of our control, man. All you can do is, what's the saying? Hopes and prayers, wishes and dreams, man. Good luck. But yes, that's it. If you got a comment, I don't know. I guess if you got a comment, just write rip. Good luck. That's basically all we can say, right? It's all we can say. And if you're one of those people laughing and cheering on the failure of the game, just remember these are people that you've met before at locals. These are people that you've run into at Evo. Even if you didn't speak to them directly, they've been part of the community. They've helped bring the whole group up to where we are today. Shouldn't be cheering on people's downfalls. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully with some better news. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch some Avatar. That seems like it's got a big potential, but I'll catch you then. Peace.